Hey everyone, so since I really like making these death battle related videos, I just wanted to give you guys a few suggestions for what I would like to see in newer death battles. So obviously this little picture I have right here is Yoda versus Ghost Rider. To be honest, I don't want to fact check so much to try and figure out who these matchups should be. So I don't necessarily know which characters I want to be pinned against which characters. I'd prefer to just suggest characters individually and find proper matchups, because I don't really know. Like, I could be completely wrong on some of these characters. So let's just say I want Yoda in a death battle and I want Ghost Rider in a death battle, but those are just individual suggestions, not suggesting that as a matchup. And same with all the other characters. Let's get it started with my first suggestion, and that is that we should have an avatar in one of these fights. Aang or Korra. I mean, I really like Zuko and Ozai would be cool suggestions as well, but it'd be really cool just to see them take someone that can bend multiple elements and just show the full extent of their power and pin them against a worthy opponent. Next on my list is Legolas from Lord of the Rings, and by God, if you've seen the movies, all of them, like The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, you'll just see how they portray Legolas on screen as just like ridiculous god who's like jumping on wind, like just doing ridiculously stupid shit, but it's fun to watch. I'm not hating, but regardless, think about him in a death battle, taking advantage of his insane archery, just seeing the full extent of his power, pin him against someone on his level, be so epic, guys. You know it. Next up, I think we should have the Ghost Rider in a death battle. The Ghost Rider has so much power and potential for damage against whoever he's pinned against. You'd be hard pressed to find a good matchup for the Ghost Rider, because he's very, very powerful and his abilities are hard to measure, I feel like. But I'm sure we could figure something out for our demon-esque badass flame cycler, whatever, flame biker. Fuck you up, Master Yoda will. I have a pretty rusty Yoda impression. Maybe I never was good at Yoda impersonations, but who cares? Doesn't matter. I want Master Yoda in a fight. I want to see his full force potential, see him wreck someone in a death battle. Like Yoda, you rarely see him with a lightsaber either in all the movies, but that just makes it so much better, because you know there's so much hidden power. I mean, I guess in the Revenge of the Sith you get to see him against the Emperor, and you get to see a lot of him going ham, but I want to see craziness. I want to see him analyzed to find out just exactly how powerful this little guy is. And you can see this guy jumping around like a ninja with incredible agility. They'd be hard pressed again to find an opponent for him. Next on this list, the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin, I think they could find an opponent for that's fairly powerful and can fly, just to match up with the fighting style of the Green Goblin. And it would be very entertaining just to see how the Green Goblin fares. I mean, I've always tried to look into who would win between the Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin, and that's kind of a cool fight, but that could be seen in the comics probably, depending on the scenario. So why not find an opponent where it's just very, very hard to imagine them fighting each other. Okay, so next we have another Spider-Man villain. This is Dr. Octopus, and I think we should find a fair opponent for him. Unlike Venom versus Bane, I think Venom is just too overpowered against Bane. So likewise, we should find an opponent for Dr. Octopus. It's a very close match. That's hard to predict who would win. Next, we have a villain that I've always loved growing up as a kid. I've loved Magneto, and this guy has so much potential in death battles. And as long as I feel like the thing with him is the proper environment can make him indestructible. Like the proper environment, if the death battle is set in a location that's suitable and favorable to Magneto's power, he will rape anyone in a fight, honestly. It wouldn't even be fair if they put him in the right location. So if they can have a fairly neutral environment where it's not too favorable for Magneto and pin him against an opponent worthy of him, it'll be awesome, guys. And like I've talked with a friend of mine, Hooded Crow, about the Teen Titans before, and I know that he's also a Ghost Rider fan, but specifically the Teen Titans, any of them would be very cool. And like Beast Boy, Raven, throw someone against one of these Teen Titans and you're sure to have an insanely exciting matchup. And then one of my last suggestions that I have to say is I'd love to see a horror movie character. Like Freddy vs. Jason was such an entertaining movie. I love Freddy Krueger. I love the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Arguably a very hard character to portray in a death battle, given that Freddy Krueger is like messing with nightmares and you're like, what? Like, how are they going to exactly portray that? But I mean, Freddy vs. Jason kind of did it, right? So maybe they could find something for that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I would greatly appreciate it if you gave this video a like and you subscribe to my channel, put a comment, tell me what you guys think, and thank you so much again.